the effects section of ESCAPE de los Santos, and here we are going to demonstrate how we did all the different effects. And let's delve right in. This is a very simple effect. It's just mainly of an editing and in-camera effect trick, where you see the car. Well, we didn't have expensive gear to put to mount a camera on top of a car. So what we did to fake dialogue scene to make it seem like if they were actually inside of a car, and without the car noises, we just stopped the car and just moved the camera around just to make believe that we were actually driving while filming. But the car isn't actually moving. As a matter of fact, we just had a guy with a branch just moving it in the background. Actually, I was Roberto Rodriguez, one of the producers of the film. This is another in-camera effect trick. This is when you don't have any extras. And this was supposed to be a nightclub shot. Of course, there were no people in the nightclub. We only had one extra and the two actors that are speaking here. So what we did is, my friend Mario over there is in the background, Mario Aldrete. He's from Monterrey, specially flew in just for the occasion to film. So anyway, we just had Mario and that's it. That's all we had. So what we did, he was dressed, thank God that he came dressed in a shirt and a cap and a t-shirt underneath. So what we did is just have Mario over there in the background. In the next shot, you'll immediately see Mario without the shirt and wearing his t-shirt and cap. So that's Mario again appearing for the second time. Now this is a more complicated effect, and this involves them they were driving and then they go into the bridge in Mexico. Well, we did not have access to a real bridge. The federales didn't actually let me film inside of a real bridge. So what we had to do is just recreate a bridge without having one. So all we had to do is just find a place that kind of looks like a bridge and just put a sign on it with visual technology like After Effects. The sign wasn't even there. That's how we shot it. After going into After Effects and Photoshop, I created a sign in Photoshop that just says "Welcome to Mexico, bienvenidos a Mexico," and just insert it on the roof. So when it passes by, and of course it involves a lot of matting and other advanced techniques, but you can easily do it without having the car pass through it and without the camera moving. It's much easier without the camera moving. So I mean, anyone can achieve this, even if it's just a guy walking by and walking inside, and you can do anything you want on the sign. And this is the same basic trick. This is the courthouse. This is a very recognizable building in Piedras Negras, where my hometown is. This is the post office, and it's always been the post office since the 1800s or whatever. And as you can see here, that is the original facade, and we just put it and changed it to the courthouse, the Corte del Quinto Magistrado. And to make it even more believable, just have a guy passing by. That guy is not an actor, he just passed by coincidence in front of the camera. So it's just a matter of matting the words Corte del Quinto Magistrado and have a cool looking effect. Right here, this is my aunt Raquel. This is Andres' mom in the movie, and we have Doña Lupe here, which is my mother-in-law. So right here you can see very clearly that the shots don't match at all, because we shot Doña Lupe here like 6 months earlier than this shot right here, and it was totally different houses, different people, and at different times. So they had to be in the same scene together. All you have to do is just assess what you can do and what you cannot do. This is really easy, because all you have to do is just go into the software, color correct, and you have a really neat shot, really neat looking shot that actually will match the color. You see that golden tone color. And with After Effects, just create a little glow in the background so it can look, more alive and more cinematic. Right here is another perfect example that when you're working with adults, and especially volunteers, they almost never have time for you. Of course, you're like their last priority on their list. But working with them and working with actors, and they were filmed at different times. Like El Licenciado here, Leak. We had only 4 shooting days with him for the whole entire movie, so we had to improvise and just shoot him by himself, just saying his lines, and then we would just add him later on. With the dad, the same thing, which Orlando there. So these people were never in a room, yet they carry a very natural conversation. Orlando very seldomly had time, so we just filmed his lines, and my aunt Raquel Also, the same situation, we just shot her by herself, and then in the editing room it all comes together and they're all having a flowing, very natural conversation that is very seamless.